don't have to press with any force really. It's uncomfortable, and once you find that point, it's 8 sun from the center of the umbilicus to the start point, and that's a little bit different to traditional point location. So I do it visually, and I would say this is half, so that's 4 sun, and this can be quite quick. Paula has problems with her sinus as well, so I'm probably going to be looking in around this area. Yeah. Okay, so that's round 12. Then we want round 10, which is halfway between the umbilicus and round 12. And then I'm just going to look for the border of the pubic bone, which is there. And again, you have a good distance between the border of the pubic bone and the umbilicus, and that's an indication of strong constitutional chi. You'd be surprised. Well, you're all acupuncturists, so I'm sure you've seen the variation between different bodies, and some people have distinctively different proportions. But usually when there's a good distance between the umbilicus and the border of the pubic bone, it's a really good, strong sign of good constitutional chi. So you're going to live a long time. So it's 5 sun from here to here. So that's okay. It might be a little bit. And then that's 2.5 sun. So we want to find where 3 sun is. And I would look for the little depression of Ren 4. I would say it's there. Do you have central back pain as well?
Yeah.
Does it feel a little node there? So I marked this is Ren 4. You might notice I'm marking slightly off the Ren line. This is non-toxic gel pen, but still, I don't want to tattoo you. So then halfway will be Ren 6. And then I'm going to find my little landmark areas, more specifically down here, because I want to find the 1 sun below the umbilicus, which you can already see. There is going to be quite a difference between 1 sun above and 1 sun below. So if this is 1.5 sun, I would go 2/3 the way, and I would say that is going to be level with Ren 7. And just maybe to complete the picture at the bottom here, below the umbilicus, I'll put in Ren 5, which is 1/2 sun below Ren 6. And then the horizontal measurement, it's 6 sun to the flank of the body. So I'll use my hand just to guide me here. And we want to measure, divide this into 3s. So this will be 2 sun, 2 sun, 2 sun. Okay, can you see that? Again, this is only a guide. Well, it's a pretty accurate guide. So that will be stomach 25. So maybe that's okay. So the problem is with the lower back, we're going to be using stomach 24, or sorry, stomach 26, which is in line with Ren 7 and stomach 25. So in around here, I'm going to be looking for ashy points or tender. They may or may not be tender, but little nodes. It could feel like a grain of sand. It could feel like a big rock salt. It could feel like sugar. It could feel like a bubble. It depends on what's going on, how long it's going on. So again, we're in line with Ren 7, we're in line with stomach 25. Now I am going to use, because there's a problem with the sinus area, I'm going to use stomach 24. So I want to get where Ren 9 is, and I'm going to use that as being Ren 9. And Ren 9 is one sun above the centre of the umbilicus, so it's in line with stomach 24 will be in line with Ren 9 and stomach 25, and the same on this side. And this might look slightly off, it's because I did it above where the point I'm going to needle is. I'm using stomach 24 in this case to move chi up towards the sinuses and clear the head, which is feeling blocked up. So I suspect I'm going to be using it. I'm not going to mark them actually. I'm going to be using around here and here, here for the sinus. Stomach 24 actually is going to be a landmark as well for. I'm going to use points that will work on lung 1 because this sinus problem's gone on a while.
A couple of months, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a while. Okay. Do you mind just if you open them like that for me? That would be great. So I'm going to do pretty comprehensive treatment again. Is that okay?
Yeah, it didn't feel like it.
Good answer. Okay. So Ren 6. Ren 4. And you have twins.
Yes.
Did you breastfeed or
I did.
for on?
3 or 4 months.
Right. Hmm. Okay. Stomach 25. Now, I'm just going to explore around the hip area for any little ashy points, and actually there's a lot in the area. Is it worse on the left?
I can actually feel it much more tender on the left side.
Right.
Yeah.
It just,
And
yeah,
the pain when I lifted
yeah.
that leg earlier was worse on the left side
Yeah.
as well.
And there's like stringy bit. If you want to have a quick, let's feel around there. And start gently. If you start really gently, because then you're not going to distort what's underneath. Feel it, yeah?
Sure.
Okay, so we start with that. I suspect I'm going to be using kidney points as well because, not because I am, because there's a big node there and there. And also, this will help to send chi up. Sorry. Okay. So I feel that it's more just slightly off where I'm marked. Do you want to have a check this out? And then I will give you guys other. Come on. Thanks. Just as I said, use the center of the pad of the middle finger. Yeah?
This part or this part?
The middle finger.
Yeah.
And start real gentle, and I'll show you the pressure that I'm using. You can probably see that it really is quite gentle. I'm going to leave that sit quite superficial. Nice. And the pain doesn't go down either leg, no?
No.
Does it go into your glutes at all?
No. It can travel up my back more so.
Okay. Well, the fact that we're using stomach 25 and stomach 24 as well, that should address that as well. Um, okay. And I'm just using this long 1 point to work on the underlying sinus issue. Okay?
Yep.
Actually, I might do. I'm going to do a bit of fine tuning now. I'm going to bring these guys to the depth that I expect they should go to. And Paula's quite petite, so I'm not going to be going really any deeper than 0.2 or 0.5 son. So I do my main rend points first, and I use the sliding technique, which gives lots of information as to what's going on underneath the needle. And if I hit resistance, well, then that gives me an indication of where I need to be working or where the problem is. So you have the picture on the board there of the anatomical relationship. So rend 12 is around the mouth, rend 10 is around C7, rend 6 is working around L1, and rend 4 is in around L4, L5. And I'm just going to have a little look around here. Possibly I'm feeling the lashy point here. Nice. Do you want to check it out?
What do you mean? Yes, please. What do you mean you're feeling a little ashy?
I'll show you now. And actually there's a little bit of resistance there. Can you see the needle bending?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go through that. Look. And I've left that sitting for a couple of minutes, so it's not like it's a needle shock or anything. Is that uncomfortable?
It's a little bit stinging, but
Okay, I'm actually going to go. See that? That's just bouncing back.
which point is that?
That's in around stomach 24. You just see what this side is much easier, funnily enough. It's tight, but it's easier. Sorry, I was going to show you. Just feel around there. So when you're palpating, go real gentle. Start real gentle. Let me show you. Show me here. Just for a
The
sec.
middle finger.
Yeah. And just start with that force and then move down a little bit deeper.
What should I be feeling?
It's like, it's like, it's not particularly big. It's kind of stringy, knotty, like the size of a grain of rice. Actually, it's probably like rice before it's cooked. Rather than it's harder than rice after it's cooked. Just have a. If you sit your finger on top of mine, on top of my nail, yeah. Now you go down.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I make a mental note of that. I'm going to fix the other points first and then see where we're at with your pain. And because you've got twins, young twins, and you've probably had a number of sleepless nights, and you've breastfed for a period of time, you know, reinforcing guanyuan is a good thing. Now, I'll just fix. And I'm going to leave the lung points a little bit more superficial because, like,
Can breathe again.
okay, cool. Well, I don't need to use any more points there. How's the back feel now? Do you want to do that same leg raise that you did
Yeah,
earlier?
that's still hurting
Okay.
on that side.
And what about this side?
A little bit, but not as bad as this side.
Okay. So, this Ashi point that I found here